The mechanic looked my neighbor dead in the eyes and delivered the news. Your transmission is gone. You are looking at $4,500 minimum. It could be $7,000. My neighbor had a 2016 Ford F-150 with 112,000 miles on it. It was in good shape overall. He almost wrote the check. Almost. Instead, he drove to Walmart, spent less than $10, and 2 weeks later that transmission was shifting like the truck rolled off the lot yesterday. The product exists. It has been sitting on Walmart shelves for years. The reason you have never heard about it has everything to do with the $40 billion a year transmission repair industry that depends on you not knowing it exists. Today I am showing you exactly what that product is, why it works at a molecular level, how to use it correctly, step by step, what results to realistically expect, and the specific situations where it will not fix the problem. Because I am not here to sell you false hope. I am here to give you the information mechanics are quietly counting on you never finding. Stick until the end, because I am also going to tell you the 3 mistakes people make when using this product that turn a potential fix into a guaranteed disaster. Before we get to the product, you need to understand what is actually happening inside your transmission when it slips. Because once you understand the root cause, the fix makes complete sense. Your automatic transmission has dozens of friction-lined clutch packs and bands. These are layered discs coated in friction material. Think of it like a multi-layer brake pad system inside a sealed hydraulic box. When you accelerate from first to second gear, hydraulic pressure squeezes those clutch packs together. That grip is what transfers power from the engine to your wheels. Smooth pressure, smooth shift. Not enough pressure or worn friction surfaces. The clutch packs slip. The engine revs. The car hesitates. You feel that sickening lurch where the engine speed climbs, but the vehicle speed does not follow. There are 3 main reasons this happens. First, transmission fluid breaks down. Factory fluid is engineered to maintain a very precise viscosity and friction coefficient. After 60,000 to 100,000 miles, those properties degrade. The fluid gets thin and burnt. It loses its ability to build the hydraulic pressure needed to engage clutch packs properly. Second, the seals and O-rings inside the transmission dry out and harden. Your transmission has more than 100 rubber seals. Heat, age, and neglect cause them to contract and crack. When they fail, hydraulic pressure bleeds off. Even if the clutch packs are fine, you cannot engage them without pressure. Third, and this is the one mechanics conveniently ignore, the friction modifier additives in the fluid deplete over time. Those additives condition the clutch plates and allow them to grab correctly. Without them, even a transmission with decent clutch packs will slip. Most mechanics skip right over causes 1 through 3 and jump straight to the expensive solution: rebuild or replace. A transmission rebuild today runs between $3,000 and $7,000 depending on your vehicle. A brand new OEM unit, you are looking at $6,000 to over $10,000 installed in a modern SUV or truck. And the labor alone, 8 to 12 hours at $150 to $200 per hour, adds another $1,200 to $2,400 before they even touch parts. Here is what they do not tell you. In a significant number of slip cases, especially early and moderate slipping, the root cause is not catastrophic mechanical failure. It is degraded fluid and compromised seals. And those 2 problems can often be addressed for less than the cost of lunch. The product is Seafoam TransTune. It has been manufactured since the 1940s by Seafoam, a Minnesota-based chemical company with an 80-year track record in automotive chemical treatments. You can find it at Walmart in the automotive section, typically near the transmission fluids. It sells for under $10, often $7 to $9, and comes in a 16-ounce aerosol spray can. Now, here is why it works. And this is the part mechanics really do not want to discuss. Seafoam TransTune contains a petroleum-based blend of cleaning solvents and lubricating agents. What it does inside your transmission is actually three things happening simultaneously. First, it dissolves varnish, sludge, and deposits that build up on valve body passages, clutch pack surfaces, and throughout the hydraulic circuit. Over time, oxidized fluid leaves behind lacquer-like deposits that restrict fluid flow and pressure. TransTune solvents attack and dissolve those deposits, restoring proper fluid circulation and hydraulic pressure. Second, it reconditions rubber seals and O-rings. The conditioning agents in TransTune are absorbed by dried, hardened rubber seals, causing them to swell slightly back toward their original dimensions. When those seals recover even 20 to 30% of their original pliability, they start holding hydraulic pressure again. That is the difference between a slipping transmission and one that shifts clean. Third, it replenishes the friction modifier additives that have depleted from the existing fluid. This directly addresses clutch pack engagement, restoring the correct friction coefficient so the plates can grab and hold under load. This is not voodoo. This is chemistry. Rubber seal conditioning agents have been used in automotive applications for decades. Every major automotive fluid manufacturer, Valvoline, Castrol, Pennzoil, include seal conditioners in their high-mileage oil formulas for the exact same reason. Rubber degrades over time, and chemical reconditioning extends its service life. The same principle applies inside your transmission. Seafoam packaged it specifically for transmission fluid systems. One more important thing. Seafoam TransTune is petroleum-based and compatible with both conventional and synthetic automatic transmission fluids. It does not contain solvents harsh enough to strip clutch pack friction material, a concern some people raise about aggressive transmission additives. It works with the fluid, not against it. Let us talk about real people who have used this before we get to the how-to. One owner on a Ford truck forum documented his 2009 F-250 with 178,000 miles. The 5R110 torque shift was slipping between second and third gear, especially when cold. 3 separate mechanics told him a rebuild was the only option. He added Seafoam TransTune along with a fluid and filter change. After 500 miles, the slipping had stopped entirely. He posted a follow-up 6 months later. The transmission was still shifting clean. A Dodge Ram owner described a 47RH transmission that was hunting between gears at highway speed and shuddering on light throttle. Classic signs of fluid degradation and clutch apply issues. He used TransTune as part of a transmission service. The shudder was gone within 2 days of driving. The gear hunting took about a week and 300 miles to fully resolve, as the conditioners worked through the system. A woman with a 2012 Honda Accord at 134,000 miles posted on a Honda owner's forum that her car had been doing a strange hesitation between first and second gear for months. The dealer quoted her $2,800 for a valve body replacement. She added Seafoam TransTune to her transmission fluid. Within a week, the hesitation was significantly reduced. Within 3 weeks, it was completely gone. She wrote that the $2,800 quote was for a problem that turned out to be primarily a dirty valve body and degraded fluid. She was right. These are not paid testimonials. These are real people on real forums who were facing real repair bills and found a solution nobody had bothered to tell them about. This is the part where most people go wrong. Using this product incorrectly will not just fail to fix the problem. It can make things worse. Follow these steps exactly. Step 1. Check your transmission fluid first. Pull the dipstick while the engine is warm and while the transmission is in park. The fluid should be pink to light red, translucent, and should not smell burnt. If the fluid is dark brown, black, or smells strongly burnt, Seafoam TransTune alone will not save your transmission. You need a full fluid and filter service first. Adding a cleaning agent to severely degraded fluid can loosen deposits faster than the filter can capture them, and that can clog valve body passages. If the fluid looks reasonable, slightly pink to medium red, and has no burn smell, you are good to proceed. Step 2. Warm up the transmission. Drive the car for at least 10 to 15 minutes to bring the transmission up to full operating temperature. Warm fluid circulates faster, and it allows the product to distribute evenly throughout the system. Never add any transmission additive to a cold transmission. Step 3. Check the fluid level. With the engine running and the transmission in park, verify the fluid is at the correct level on the dipstick. If it is low, that alone could be causing your slip. Top it off with the correct fluid type for your transmission before adding anything else. Use the type specified in your owner's manual. Do not guess on transmission fluid type. Using the wrong spec can cause shuddering and harsh shifts regardless of what else you add. Step 4. Add the trans tune. It goes in through the transmission dipstick tube, the same place you check the fluid level. Use the included nozzle or a small funnel. Add the full 16-ounce can to a standard passenger car or light truck transmission. For larger transmissions found in heavy-duty trucks or sport utility vehicles with over 13 quarts of fluid capacity, use 1.5 cans. Do not overfill. If you are near the maximum fluid mark on the dipstick, remove a small amount of existing fluid to make room first. Step 5. Drive it. Not aggressively. Drive normally. Get on the highway if you can. Driving through all the gears allows the trans tune to circulate through every hydraulic circuit, every clutch pack passage, and every seal surface inside the transmission. Do at least 20 to 30 minutes of mixed driving, some city and some highway. The transmission needs to cycle through all gear ranges to fully distribute the product. Step 6. Do not panic if it gets slightly worse before it gets better. This is normal, and it is the most important thing people do not understand. When the cleaning agents start dissolving deposits, those deposits temporarily circulate in the fluid before the filter captures them. During this period, usually the first 50 to 150 miles, some people report that the transmission seems slightly more erratic. This is the product working. Your filter is capturing loosened contamination. Push through it. Step 7. Evaluate at 300 miles. Most people see meaningful improvement within the first 100 to 200 miles. Full results typically develop over 200 to 400 miles as the seal conditioners fully penetrate and the system clears loosened deposits. If you reach 400 miles with no improvement, the problem is likely mechanical, worn friction material, failed solenoids, or a damaged valve body, and Seafoam Trans Tune has done everything it can do. At that point, you have accurate information to bring to a mechanic. Before we go further, if this has already saved you from writing a check, you did not have to write. Or if you are about to share this with someone dealing with transmission problems right now, hit that like button. It genuinely helps this channel reach people who need this information. Okay, back to it. Here is where I give you the honest version that most YouTube channels skip because it does not fit the miracle cure narrative. Seafoam Trans Tune will not work in 3 situations, and I want to be crystal clear about this because false hope costs money. First, mechanically worn clutch packs. If the actual friction material on your clutch discs is worn down to bare metal, no additive in the world restores it. Friction material has a finite lifespan. A seal conditioner cannot regenerate material that is not there. The symptoms of mechanically worn clutches are slipping that has been happening for a long time and getting progressively worse. Slipping under full throttle or heavy load and slipping that is the same, whether the transmission is cold or fully warmed up. If this describes your situation, you are past additive territory. Second, failed transmission solenoids. Modern automatic transmissions use electronically controlled solenoids to direct hydraulic pressure to different circuits. When a solenoid fails, either electrically or mechanically, the hydraulic circuit it controls does not function correctly, regardless of fluid condition. If your transmission is throwing specific diagnostic trouble codes pointing to solenoid failures, Trans Tune will not fix that. Here is the good news, though. Solenoid replacement is actually relatively affordable compared to a full rebuild. It typically costs $150 to $400 in most cases. A solenoid issue is not a death sentence for your transmission. It is a targeted, manageable repair. Third, severely contaminated fluid. If your transmission fluid is black, gritty, or smells like burnt metal, the internal component damage is typically already advanced. Adding a cleaning agent to this fluid is like pressure washing a building that is already collapsing. You might free up enough debris to clog a critical passage in the valve body. In this situation, do a full fluid and filter service first. Drain it, install a new filter, and put in fresh fluid. Some people find that a proper fluid service alone, without any additive, resolves mild slipping caused purely by degraded fluid. That service typically runs $150 to $290 at a shop, or $60 to $80 in parts if you do it yourself. The honest truth is that Seafoam TransTune works on a significant percentage of transmission slip cases, precisely because a significant percentage of cases are caused by fluid degradation, seal shrinkage, and deposit buildup, not catastrophic mechanical failure. The problem is that many mechanics have zero financial incentive to try the $8 solution first. Their business model requires the $5,000 solution. Mistake 1. Adding it to severely degraded fluid without doing a service first. This bears repeating. If your fluid is shot, service the transmission first, then and only then consider an additive. Mistake 2. Using it in a continuously variable transmission or a dual clutch transmission. Seafoam TransTune is formulated for conventional planetary automatic transmissions. Continuously variable transmissions use a completely different fluid with very different friction requirements. Adding a conventional automatic transmission additive to a continuously variable transmission can permanently destroy the belt and pulley system that makes a continuously variable transmission function. Dual clutch transmissions are similarly incompatible. Check your owner's manual before you do anything. If your car has a continuously variable transmission or a dual clutch transmission, this product is not for you, and you need to find the additive formulated specifically for your transmission type. Mistake 3. Expecting instant results and giving up too early. This is the most common mistake by a wide margin. People add it, drive around the block, the transmission still slips, and they write a 1-star review saying the product does not work. The chemistry requires time and mileage. The seal conditioners need multiple heat cycles to penetrate and swell rubber components back toward their original dimensions. The cleaning agents need circulation time to fully dissolve deposits. Commit to at least 300 to 400 miles before making any judgment. That is non-negotiable. That is the minimum evaluation window. Let us talk about the system for a second. The United States automotive repair industry generates roughly $116 billion in revenue annually. Transmission repair accounts for a substantial portion of drivetrain service revenue. The average transmission repair or replacement is one of the highest ticket items any shop performs. A single rebuild job can represent an entire week of labor revenue for a transmission specialist. Mechanics typically charge $100 to $200 per hour, with a full transmission removal and replacement taking 8 to 12 hours before they even start on the internal work. The incentive structure is brutally simple. If an $8 product solves a problem a mechanic would charge $4,500 to fix, that mechanic loses $4,500. Over the course of a year, with dozens of similar customers coming through the door, that is tens of thousands of dollars in lost revenue per shop. There is no formal conspiracy here, no backroom meeting where mechanics agreed to suppress transmission additives. What there is a systematic financial incentive to reach for the high-cost solution first, and a cultural norm in the trade that dismisses additive-based solutions as snake oil, even when the chemistry is legitimate and the results are thoroughly documented by thousands of real owners over decades. The internet has started changing that dynamic. Forums, owner communities, and channels like this one have created a way for people to share what actually worked for them. Real data, real results, no financial motivation to exaggerate. The F-250 owner who added a conditioner to a transmission, 3 mechanics called dead, drove 500 miles, and watched the problem disappear. The Accord owner who saved $2,800 on a valve body replacement that turned out to be a deposit and fluid problem. These stories exist because real people share them, not because any marketing budget is behind them. The $8 solution does not work every time. Nothing does. But when it works, and for a meaningful percentage of slip cases it does work, it works completely. And the only way you were ever going to find out about it was from someone who had no reason to keep it from you. If your transmission is slipping, here is exactly what to do before you let anyone start talking about rebuilds. Check the fluid. If it is low, top it off. If it is black and burnt, do a service first. If it is in reasonable condition, pink to medium red with no burn smell, you are ready to proceed. Confirm your transmission type. If you have a standard automatic, you are good. If you have a continuously variable transmission or a dual clutch, find the product formulated specifically for your transmission type before adding anything. Go to Walmart, automotive section, find Seafoam TransTune. It is a 16-ounce aerosol spray can, usually priced at $7 to $10. Grab one, warm up the transmission, add the product through the dipstick tube. Drive it, a real drive, not around the block. Mix city and highway. Cycle through all the gears. Drive 300 to 400 miles before you evaluate. If it gets slightly worse in the first 100 miles, that is normal. Keep going. Evaluate honestly at 400 miles. If you are significantly better or completely fixed, you just saved anywhere from $1,500 to over $7,000. If you are no better, you have eliminated the chemical root causes, and you now know the problem is mechanical. That is also valuable information. You can walk into a transmission shop knowing fluid and seals are not the issue, which makes it a lot harder for anyone to charge you for solutions that will not fix a mechanical problem. Either way, you spent less than $10 and you have a clear picture of what your transmission actually needs. The mechanic my neighbor almost paid $4,500 has probably never recommended this product to a single customer in his career. He likely never will. That is his business. This is yours. That is everything for today. If this video just saved you or someone you know from an unnecessary repair bill, hit the like button and drop a comment below telling me what car you are dealing with. I read every single one. Subscribe if you have not yet. We cover this kind of real, no BS automotive information every single week. I will see you in the next one.